Putin News Now. Ukraine is too strong according to a leading Russian propagandist, so Putin should freeze the war. The best-case scenario for Russia would be for Zelensky to suspend hostilities while referenda are held so that he can get access to NATO-supplied weapons. Despite holding cutting-edge Western weaponry, Ukraine should call a ceasefire, according to the head of Russia's state TV network RT and one of Vladimir Putin's top propagandists. Despite her repeated calls for all-out war against Ukraine, Margarita Simonyan recently argued on national television for a negotiated solution and a cessation of hostilities while referenda are organized in Russian-occupied territory. Now that Ukraine has access to NATO-supplied weapons being used on Russian soil and in the counter-offensive, she framed her about-face as the best-case scenario. "For the past 12 months, I've been harping on this topic," she said on Vladimir Solovyev's primetime talk show on Rossiya 1 that, "It would be so good to stop the bloodshed right now, stay where we are, freeze it, and hold referenda. Do we really need territories whose inhabitants are unwilling to call us home? Honestly, I can't say." Resignation demands. Some of Russia's most prominent war sycophants have accused her of crossing Vladimir Putin, who officially recognized the occupied areas as part of Russia last year, after she made comments about disputed territories in Ukraine. Has Simonyan found a new superior? Where does she get her money? Writing for Tsargrad TV on Wednesday, Russian military volunteer and author Roman Alekin said, "A referendum on Russia's territories that she calls disputed would be a godsend for Western strategists." Igor Girkin, a former Ukrainian separatist commander, and a number of lesser-known pro-war bloggers have called for her resignation. Girkin has accused Simonyan, an ethnic Armenian, of betraying Armenia's national interests by first supporting a deal between Azerbaijan and Armenia over a breakaway region, and now trying to do the same for Russia. To paraphrase Vladimir Putin, "We will figure things out for Russians and Russia without you." Unexpected comments from a long-standing member of Russia's political establishment reflect the thinking of some in the country's power structure, but that doesn't mean Moscow is ready to give up the fight just yet. In her statement, Simonyan tries to say it makes no sense to wage war much longer, let things be as they are and revisit them later, according to Tatiana Stanovaya, a veteran observer of the Kremlin at the Carnegie Endowment for Peace. It's also possible that the Kremlin is behind this, as a way to gauge public opinion while widespread censorship keeps the Russian leadership in the dark. Russian politics expert and King's College London professor Sam Green tweeted, "Simonyan's time to talk argument may yet prove to have legs, but it won't grow those legs until it has proved its worth to the propaganda machinery itself, and ultimately to the Kremlin." The possibility of a Russian nuclear strike. Ms. Simonyan, one of Russia's most prominent hawks, publicly pressed Sergei Lavrov, the country's foreign minister, weeks before the invasion, demanding to know, "When are we finally going to whack Washington?" The media executive reported feeling genuinely happy and overwhelmed with euphoria when Vladimir Putin dispatched troops to Ukraine in February. Last spring, as Russian troops became mired in battle, Ms. Simonyan warned that she did not expect Russia to just give up and go, and that a nuclear strike against the West was a distinct possibility. She has been quoted as saying as recently as last week that neither she nor anyone else in the Russian establishment is enjoying bombing Ukrainian cities, but that it is necessary in order to bring down the Kyiv government. She claimed the Russians were only shooting at Nazis last summer when a Russian cruise missile struck the Ukrainian city of Vinnytsia, killing her and her young daughter.